I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Family Hustle.
Right.
Now, it does come with some, it's some adversity. It's some adversity to come with that. People get in your business.
Yeah. T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his actions.
Something wild is bubbling in Atlanta, and the whispers are getting louder by the day. The Harris family, once reality TV royalty and Southern hip-hop's first family, is now standing on shaky ground. And not just because King Harris is popping off again. What we're seeing is the slow collapse of a dynasty that once felt bulletproof.
Like that. So him being arrested isn't really like the shocker. It's him coming out and his, I guess, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12. So, it just, he
That perfect family image, gone. The glossy portraits have been ripped apart by messy fights, viral leaks, and whispers so scandalous they sound straight out of daytime TV. King Harris, the son once groomed to inherit T.Y.'s throne, has tossed the script in flames. He's not just rapping bars, he's throwing bombs.
Trying to coddle him for. Let the man walk off, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he need to do.
Claims of mistreatment, deep family drama, and even hinting at the darkest question of all, who's really his father? And if those whispers are true, the fallout could blow up everything the Harrises have built in front of the world. Deep down, people knew this wasn't just a teenage tantrum. King's rebellion has been brewing for years, fueled by the kind of grudges you don't just shake off. That viral meltdown at the Atlanta Falcons game? Please, that wasn't no stage stunt. That was decades of pressure exploding live for everyone to see.
You can, kind of woosah yourself outside of the public opinion.
Phones were up, streams rolling as the Harris family's luxury suite turned into a battlefield. There was King, chest out, yelling that he stands on business, daring T.I. to shut him up. And there was T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, trying to hold his crown together but failing miserably as chaos unfolded in real time on Instagram. It got downright nasty.
I graduated. That's the only good thing they posted of me going viral. I'm not on the media's good side. I don't know why, but it ain't.
This wasn't no playful roast between father and son. This was raw, unfiltered family chaos. T.I., red in the face and struggling to keep control, finally snapped and put King in a headlock. Cameras caught just enough to send the internet into meltdown. King shouting, "Get off me," while T.I. barked back, "You're embarrassing yourself and your family." Tiny tried to play peacemaker, but instead she lit the fire higher. Out of nowhere, she threw her own son under the bus, saying he sucked on a pacifier until he was 12. Was that meant to shame King, or maybe even T.I.?
Making mistakes. I ain't had no daddy who'll pull up and get on my ass anytime. Things I did, you can't get away with.
I know that.
Either way, the perfect picture of the Harris household is shattered and no PR spin can glue it back together. But King wasn't done exposing cracks. He claimed he didn't even grow up in that flashy mansion everyone saw on TV. He says he was living with his grandmother, rejecting the silver spoon label and painting himself as someone who had it rough. While fans thought they were watching a fairy tale of gated communities and reality show stardom, King was busy airing out the darker reality. Talks of mistreatment, isolation, and being sidelined inside his own family. Now, all those angry rants, bitter tracks, and social media blow-ups suddenly hit different. He wasn't just wilding out. He was screaming a warning that something rotten has been brewing behind closed doors for years. And here's the twist that cranked the rumor mill into overdrive. Multiple insiders claim King went behind T.I.'s back and took a secret paternity test. That's no teenage tantrum. That's a bomb waiting to go off after years of whispers about who his real father might be. The timelines are messy, the whispers even messier. King, fed up with years of speculation, allegedly went looking for answers himself. Was he really T.I.'s biological son, or had the world been sold a lie? Nobody close to the family is speaking on record, but the tension is electric. King's anger doesn't just look like rebellion anymore. It feels like the rage of someone who believes his whole life story might have been rewritten. Suddenly, every heated post, every public clash with T.I. takes on a chilling new weight. If those whispers about a secret DNA test are true, and if the results didn't match the family narrative, then we're not talking about a minor family spat. We're talking about a secret so explosive it could shake Atlanta's entire hip-hop empire and ripple through the whole music game.
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't I can't judge how the parenting has gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this, a lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. Like most children don't have to do this in the public.
And of course, the internet wasted no time. TikTok turned the feud into a full-blown conspiracy frenzy, feeding off the Harris family's pain like fuel for clicks. Theories spiraled so fast that even daytime talk shows started circling. Some of the wildest takes, that King isn't T.I.'s son at all, that he's part of a hidden arrangement that reality TV execs would kill to script. But the spiciest and most outrageous version, that King's real mother isn't the woman everyone thinks. The rumor claims he's actually the child of Tiny's alleged secret daughter, a supposed skeleton from Tiny's past that, if true, would redraw the Harris family tree completely. What was once painted as hip-hop royalty now looks more like a mystery thriller. Branches missing, names erased, secrets tucked away. Outrageous? Absolutely. But when has that ever stopped the internet from running wild? Even the family's closest insiders are ducking low, afraid of getting caught in the storm. Tiny and Zuni, King's mom and sister, both jumped online to shut the rumors down.
What we not gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in and chime in and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this, whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults.
Tiny flat out called the DNA whispers lies you read, while Zuni clapped back asking what street this word even come off of. Cute attempt, but let's be real. You can't unring a bell once the internet has it in circulation. Public opinion doesn't work on delete buttons. And the only reason this hits so hard, the Harrises built their brand as hip-hop's first family. For years, they fed us the dream platinum plaques, Grammy nods, glossy VH1 spin-offs, and picture-perfect kids with Instagram-ready smiles. We saw them cooking in designer kitchens, laughing at family barbecues, and strutting red carpets like a modern-day dynasty. 7 kids, all neatly wrapped up in a TV bow, selling the myth that fame and family values could live side by side.
If you are going to be emotionally attached to how they receive it, if you're going to have an emotional attachment to their opinion.
But that polished dream is long gone, and the scandals are pouring faster than spilled champagne. King isn't the only Harris grabbing headlines for all the wrong reasons. Arrests, legal headaches, and raw rants are hitting the blogs just as often as birthday tributes. And King, he's the epicenter of chaos, busted in Georgia after a late-night traffic stop, allegedly with a firearm. And instead of laying low, he hit social media bragging he still got his chain. That's not the smiling TV Sun fans grew up watching. This is a young man unraveling in real time, every stumble magnified, every family clash amplified, while the whole world sits back with popcorn.
Same to me, I ain't really got too much to say on it, just, get my hustle on, stacking my bread.
So what that mean, getting your hustle on,
Stacking my bread, that's what that means.
I really admire his dedication and commitment to the craft, because, I kind of told him, what was wrong about it.
And let's not forget, the Harris family has been fighting scandals at the highest level long before King's meltdown went viral. Just as T.I. and King were going head-to-head in public, the family name got dragged back into ugly headlines, allegations of misconduct, trafficking, and wild behavior from years past resurfacing like ghosts that won't stay buried. At the center of it all, Sabrina Peterson, the ex-friend turned relentless accuser who swears she's sitting on receipts. She's been warning for years she'd air them out, and now she's not just targeting T.I. and Tiny, she's pulling King into the mix too. Claiming she protected him from fallout before, Sabrina is daring the world to believe her side.
You supposed to know better than being out there and engaging in adult activity. Don't let a temper.
T.I., meanwhile, is keeping his cool on Instagram, telling fans to stop spreading lies and stay positive. But behind the scenes, whispers about the feds circling won't die down. Sabrina even doubled down, posting cryptically, "The truth is on my birthday. The feds already have this. I think the fans need it." That's not just smoke, that's a storm cloud hanging over hip-hop's so-called royal family. And still, T.I.'s trying to flip the script. As his feud with King heats up, he's smiling for the cameras, even plugging his son's music like nothing's wrong. After that infamous Falcons game blow up, he told the internet, "The Harris family is tied like a knot. We're all we have for life." Nice words, but the public ain't buying it. Not when every week brings another leak, another rumor, another viral video of the family unraveling before our eyes. King's outbursts, They're no longer just youthful rebellion. They're starting to look like cracks in a dynasty that might not survive the pressure.
Great family man. I see you how you blended your family together. And it's not easy. And that's what I want to ask you about. It's not easy.
You should be rapping about the things in your life that you have in common with other people who may not live like you.
What we're really seeing now is a public plea. King demanding to be seen, demanding to be heard, forcing the world to pay attention to the secrets the grown-ups have tried to keep buried. The spectacle is too big to ignore anymore. The Harris dynasty is cracking in front of millions. And fans can't stop asking, is this paternity twist just the opening act? Could Atlanta's so-called royal family really be built on half-truths and cover-ups? Every whisper, every TikTok theory, every old family photo suddenly looks like a clue in a scandal that reality TV never dared to show us. Meanwhile, King refuses to let his father or anyone else control the narrative. He's standing his ground, dragging family skeletons into the spotlight and leaving the internet with one haunting question. What else is he hiding, and how deep does this rabbit hole go?
Steve Sadar reached out to me looking to make a deal on behalf of T.I. and Tiny. And I told Steve Sadar that my clients want justice. So if the deal involves Tiny and T.I. turning themselves in and admitting to the crime that they've committed, then fine, we got a deal. But if it does not, then I would prefer to have the investigators do their work and to bring criminal charges against Tiny and T.I.
This isn't just a kid lashing out, it's a young man trying to claw his way out of a family brand that was never really his. King Harris isn't just breaking away, he's ripping up the playbook and writing himself in real time, one reckless post at a time. And lately, his whole vibe screams rebellion. He's all in on the prodigal son act, ditching the Harris golden boy image for something raw, edgy, and maybe even a little desperate. His Instagram, a wild carousel of boxing gloves, outlandish fits, and captions sharp enough to cut. He's turned his feed into a billboard for independence, loud, messy, and impossible to scroll past. That polished TV kid, gone. In his place stands a 20-year-old determined to carve out his own lane, dropping rap singles, sneering at the Silver Spoon label, and making it crystal clear he doesn't want to live in T's shadow. Whether that reputation is good or bad, but escaping a name like Harris, that's a battle no stage can hide from. Every time King tries to peel himself away, the headlines yank him right back in. His Georgia arrest, the infamous Falcons game clash. Every misstep just drags him deeper into the family circus he's been trying to outrun. And the wild part, it's not just the blogs chasing him, it's his own bloodline firing shots too. For every viral rant King drops about being misunderstood, there's Tiny or Zonique hopping online to clap back, swearing the gossip is fake and defending the family brand. But the harder King pulls away, the more it feels like that legacy is swallowing him whole, trapping him between expectation and scandal with no exit. Peel back the headlines though, and the cracks in King's identity stop looking like a PR issue and start feeling like real wounds. This story isn't just about messy rants or TikTok theories, it's about a young man who says he grew up mostly with his grandmother, not in the Harris mansion the world saw on VH1. While the rest of the clan lived behind gates and played perfect for the cameras, King says he found refuge at his grandmother Diane's home, a whole different world from the glitz and chaos. And the way he talks about her, different, softer. He calls her mama, credits her for shaping who he is, and even when she scolds him in public, he takes it on the chin like it's the only truth that matters.
So how do you feel with, because now that the evolved T.I. is also the even more of a father T.I., because not only are you just a father, you have to be a father in the industry, because all your kids are in the industry.
Man, damn. Yeah, that's I ain't see that one coming.
The world might remember King as that wild kid with a mouthful of gold and a flair for chaos. But those close to him say it was never T.I. or Tiny holding him down. It was his grandmother, the quiet anchor in a storm of managers, handlers, and cameras. She was the one steady parent in a life built on appearances. And now, the whispers about that secret paternity test. If true, it's the ticking hand grenade behind the Harris family's implosion. On an emotional level, it's the ultimate betrayal. King rejecting the identity his parents spent years building and risking everything to claim a truth of his own. To him, it wasn't about humiliating anyone. It was a desperate gamble to finally put an end to a suspicion that's haunted him since childhood. But with the rumors out in the open, the fallout is brutal. This isn't just a family spat that can be patched up with a group photo or a polished caption about unity. The Harris dynasty looks fractured beyond repair. Every coded lyric, every shady side-eye on social media, every heated spat just reminds reminds the world that King's search for truth might come at the cost of reconciliation, if reconciliation is even possible. And the stakes don't stop at broken bonds. The Harris name isn't just about family, it's an empire. Music, TV deals, business ventures, all tied to the brand. A paternity dispute doesn't just bruise egos, it threatens contracts, inheritance, and legacy. If King's test results, real or rumored, spark a formal challenge to his place in the Harris bloodline, the fallout could shake the dynasty right down to its financial foundation. The internet is tired of Harris family spin, and it shows. Every time they try to patch things up, fans roll their eyes and scroll to the next viral mess. The deeper we dig, the more their empire looks like a sandcastle washed away by the tide. Remember when VH1 axed their flagship show after those first ugly allegations? T.I. ranted about no integrity and no closure, but the cameras never came back. Since then, it's been nothing but lawsuits, court dates, and headlines that won't quit. Their attempts at unity feel faker by the day, posing for baby showers, hyping King's singles, swearing they're tied like a knot. But the harder they insist nothing's wrong, the louder the whispers get. Tiny's defense of King, calling the paternity rumors clickbait, only added fuel to the fire. The public can smell when a family is hiding something, and this one reeks of secrets. Now all eyes are locked on Sabrina Peterson. Will her so-called receipts finally blow the lid off, or just spin the story in another wild direction? And what about King? Is he about to torch the dynasty from the inside, or become another cautionary tale, swallowed whole by the legacy he tried to escape? One thing is crystal clear. The Harris family can't hide behind TV magic anymore. The truth has a way of clawing its way out, and when it does, Atlanta's royal family may never recover. What do you think? Are we watching the fall of a dynasty or their last great comeback? Drop your hottest takes in the comments, like, share, and subscribe to Public Secrets for the latest dirt, because in this game, secrets never stay buried for long.